Oh, hello, Star Wars fans. Hey, did you know there's 266 days until Christmas 2021? And today we're going to go ahead and unbox these vintage collection and Black Series collection figures that I've ordered. And we'll talk about them a little bit. Plus, there's a lot of other Star Wars topics to discuss today, and maybe some stuff about the channel, some ideas that we're having here and what we'd like to do. Specifically, there are now the vintage series collection on Disney Plus, and I would love to be able to do some watch parties with you all. And you know how to make that happen. What do we want to do? I've got some ideas around that too. So we need to figure out the scheduling. We need to figure out the when and the where and how and all that kind of stuff, and we'll get it going. So Tim Turner, hello. Oh, thanks for joining, Tim. Good to see you here. And Gray, of course. Fantastic. Thanks for joining us. Dale Erdman. Dale's here, aggressively relaxing. Thanks. Park Outdoors. We've got everybody here today. And, you know, I know that Mark Hamilton, he's got today off. He's out enjoying some outdoor time. Thanks for coming in, Mark. So we've got some things to review. I want to get into that. And then later today, I'll go ahead and post the full review of the items, but we'll go ahead and open them now. I thought doing the unboxing and talking about them while we talk about these other topics would be fun to do. And, you know, I'm fully aware that today is the Falcon and the Winter Soldier topic. That's what everybody's talking about. But, you know, here we like to talk about Star Wars, and any excuse to talk about Star Wars is a good one. So let's without delay, let's get into it. I've got this package. Oh, Hasbro just went live-ish. Yeah, I don't think they have any Star Wars stuff today. Correct me if you happen to see anything there, but I'm pretty sure they don't. So I ordered this from Dorkside Toys back on the pre-orders, back when we had things going. So I ordered this back then, and of course now the pre-orders are starting to fill. And I got this, I'd say almost a week ago. Maybe more than a week ago. And last week, Santa and Mrs. Claus went out camping. So we took out the RV and we were out there. So I wasn't able to do the review. So let's go ahead and take a look. I've opened the box, and inside, of course, with Dorkside, the very first thing you get on the front is your invoice. So here's the invoice. We'll go ahead and lay that aside. And then, we've got packing peanuts. You know, sometimes they come packed in paper. Sometimes they come in packing peanuts. So let's grab we've got our Star Wars tin here. We're going to throw this in here and so that we can contain those packing peanuts. Oh, there they go. We got a couple on the floor. That's all right. So we get in here, and the very first figure here on top, we've got Grief Karga. All from the Mandalorian. So vintage collection figure, Grief Karga. We haven't reviewed this one yet. We'll do it later today. But look at that. It's got the cloak here with the nice chain across the top, and Grief Karga in his coat. So there we go. Grief Karga. That's the first item we'll be reviewing. And then we've got another one here. Let me set this aside and get in here. This one I've been looking forward to. We'll pull it up out. Here we go. I've already got one figure that has the child in it. This one here has the child in the pram. So here we'll have the child in the pram to go. We've got two Mandalorians. Din Djarin with the removable head, where you can have the helmet off or the helmet on, and in his new armor. And then we've got the other where it's the fixed head, so you can't take the helmet off. And I think that I'll put this with that figure, and then we'll have because when the child here, Grogu. And that's an interesting part too. This is labeled the child, right? When it was the child, before we knew his name, Grogu, Din always wore his helmet. So there we go. We've got the child. And what's entertaining with this as well, and I know we're having trouble with the blue screen just a little bit here, the green screen. You can see through the frog. this see-through thing right here is the frog. I'll have to work on that so that you guys can see it. You can see the outline of it, but you can't really see because of the green screen. But he's got the little frog there to chow down on. Oh, that's great. So there's Grief Karga and the child. Those are my vintage collection figures that came. And then I've got this great big box. I shared it a little earlier this week where we were going to talk about what's in here. This, one of our channel friends sold me some items that are not available anymore. So, yeah, what are you talking about, green screen, Santa? I know. No. Oh, it breaks the illusion, doesn't it? So we've got this figure here. One of our friends of the channel sent this to me. And if he wants to confess who he is, that's fine. I'll let him do that. Otherwise, we'll just open this. Now, these figures, at least one of them, and I know there's another one in here, are not really available for purchase. So I've got to, they're available, but you got to get them through resellers, and they're kind of difficult to get hold of. Some of them are marked up tremendously. And right now, I was able to get, that's no green screen. I was able to get this package at a decent cost. So we've got this. Let me see if I can get this thing open. Oh, it's a work to get this packaging off. Oh my goodness. And we've got a box inside. So we'll get this open. Spencer, hey. Yeah, it's not and for the record, it's not a green screen, it's a blue screen. Just for secret. Because Santa has a lot of green stuff. Here for Christmas. We got the Christmas tree right here behind us. Of course, and this Christmas tree is actually here. So just for the record, if you guys are wondering, this Christmas tree is here. So is the mailbox. So don't worry about that. Mike Porter. Oh, there we go. We've got a Hasbro sticker. Happens to be blue. So it's hard to get that in. And Hasbro Pulse. Oh my goodness. This was wrapped really well. The suspense. Martin Keeler. Hello. Oh, what do we have in here? These are some items that I'm really, really excited about. And I'm so thankful that we've got a friend of the channel here. Actually, a really, really close friend who's been key to everything I've been doing here. Just a wonderful, wonderful guy. And giving me a lot of good advice and helping me out. And I happen to have access to these figures. And I know that one of the things in here, you cannot get. Let's get it open. Trinity here. I see. No, Tim. Hello, Tim. Yeah, Tim Turner's here. Oh my goodness. But this was packed. This is good. This is really good. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we're getting in. We've got some bubble wrap. We got here we go. I'll pull the bubble wrap out. Oh, here's the first one. The big one in here. We have got Black Series Rey from The Force Awakens here in her desert outfit, right? In the staff, and the speeder. This has got her speeder bike in it. So we'll be reviewing this later. We've got the speeder bike and Rey. This is fantastic. Oh, this is fantastic. Do you have any Marvel action figures like I do Star Wars? I do have a little bit there, Anthony, and I'm glad you mentioned it because once we get up, am going to have, once we get to the 1,000 subscriber mark, I've got a whole bag here full of toys that we're going to give away. And one of these happens to be a Marvel figure. So let's get in here. Oh, where is it? Here it is, right all the way down at the bottom. Here we go. We've got the Hulk. There's the Hulk right there. That'll be a giveaway when we get to 1,000. So there you go. And we have a whole lot more in there. So yes, I'll be opening this and we'll be reviewing this figure later. It's a Black Series, and in the box here we've got Rey, and I am super excited to be sharing that with you guys today. And then the other one in here, you guys aren't going to believe, all the way, I think it came all the way from Europe. Well, this one had to come from places far, far away. And it's not a figure you can find for release anymore. In fact, Santa had one pre-ordered and it got canceled and they're not filling it. Look here what we have. We've got Cara Dune. Oh, there's Cara Dune right there. And this is a vintage collection figure from The Mandalorian. And of course, you know, they quit making these. The rerun was canceled. You can't get them. And this is the carbonized edition. I've got several other graphite carbonized figures. We'll be looking at that later today as well. And again, the blue screen's kind of messing with it, but there's Cara Dune. Oh my goodness. That's super exciting to have. And you know, I see something taped to the front. You know, this doesn't come with Cara Dune. Oh, this here is taped to the front. And you know what? I know what this is. That's right, Mark. There's a Beskar spear on the front. Oh, there's a Beskar spear right on the front. Can you believe it? You can't find these either. This here is a custom figure or item that doesn't, it's not sold anywhere. And this was made for several of us. We have this Beskar spear. Look at that. So we can put this with our Mandalorian. Here, I'll grab him. Here's our vintage collection Mandalorian that we'll be talking about later today. And now look, he's got the Beskar spear. Oh, oh, you guys, this is absolutely fantastic. And again, huge thanks for making this happen. This is brilliant. And I'm going to go ahead and put that in. Look, this is perfect. He holds it. Look at that. Oh my goodness. It fits right in his hand perfectly. The dimensions of this spear are perfect. It is absolutely wonderful. It matches like the Beskar on him, right? You see the Beskar armor and the Beskar spear there. Oh, thank you so much, my friend. I really, really just thrilled about that. Look, Santa is a happy, happy man today. We've got the Beskar spear. We've got Cara Dune. We've got a vintage collection Cara Dune. We've got our Black Series Rey from the Force Awakens, along with her speeder bike. That is a big deal. And I could not be happier. What a great day. And then we will be reviewing Grief Karga and the Child. That'll be coming up later. So thank you very much. I just oh, this is great. Great. Yeah, love it. I'm very happy. So, you know, Santa's got his glasses on today so I can see. When you get up close, you get to my age, oh, you can't really see that well. So I had to bring the glasses here. We could take those off now. Look, we'll be doing the reviews of all those items later today. I'll be releasing them in individual videos as I've done some other toy videos. Secondly, I wanted to bring up, we know that Disney Plus is a new section on their service. And let me open this and we'll see if I can share it with you all. I got to get logged in here to Disney Plus and then share. And they've got a new section. And I don't mind sharing this with you guys. You guys, many of you know already. But if you happen to see something on here, let's see. I need to share. Dale, I can still see fine most of the time. Yeah, Santa had LASIK surgery so that I could see. And Mark, thanks for posting that. I want to let's do screen one here. Here's our Discord link. And when we start doing these live streams, or I would like to do some do some watch along parties, right? Some watch parties with this Star Wars vintage series content. And I think the best way to do that, from what I've seen, there's a feature right inside of Disney Plus that lets us share, like have a watch party, right? So you can have a watch party at Disney Plus, and with that watch party, everybody kind of is in sync. But for us to be able to actually share it and for us to be able to talk about it while it's live and do it as a watch party, I think the best place to do that is in Discord. So if you haven't joined our Discord server, please take a look. Mark Hamilton's put it in the chat. We also have a link in the description here. Join our Discord server, and we'll put in the a watch party when we start watching these, so that we can watch it together. We can interact during there it is. There's the Star Wars Vintage Collection, and we go into this Vintage Collection. We'll talk about this. Come on in. We'll do the watch party together. And that way we can stream it, we can talk about it, we can interact. And we don't have to worry about YouTube striking it down and taking us off in the middle of it. So I think that's the best way to do it. And we just need to figure out when, right? When is the time to do it? So let's just take a look. Oh, and there's some additional news that just came out today. You see, with this vintage series, you've got all the Ewok content. These are these are all Ewok features. And then we've got, after this, we've got droids. So the old droids cartoon series from the late 80s, early 90s, that is coming out in a couple of months. They just announced today that they're adding droids to the content. So so there you go. Yeah, the group watch on Disney Plus is great. So what we'll do is we will put the link to the group watch in Discord. So if you have Disney Plus and you want to join the group watch and have it up, on your device, and then when we come in, this is good. Dale, that's good. We'd be honored if you would join us. Oh, that's good. Yeah. So the Star Wars vintage, we'll do the watch. We'll do the group watch on Disney Plus. We'll share the link to do that. And then if you just want to stream it here, we will stream it directly into the Discord. And then Mark Hamilton, Caravan of Courage first. I'm up for that, Mark. We could do Caravan of Courage first and just work our way right to left or left to right. I was looking at it backwards. We could do that, and then we could follow along. Do you want me to post my original animation? Oh, sure. That'd be great, Martin. That would be wonderful to get that. And we will, that'd be great. I'd appreciate it. And then we'll work our way through here. The Ewoks, these are, there's 2 seasons here of this animated series. So this is the faithful, so let's just take a look. Caravan of Courage, just first of all. This one here is 1 hour, 36 minutes. From and see here, we can do the group watch right there. It's an hour 36 minutes from 1984, and then let's go back to the vintage collection, and then yeah, and then the Faithful Wookiee. This is a short one, I think. Yeah, this one's only 9 minutes, 9 minutes long, from 2021. My goodness, no, there's no way that's from 2021. That's wrong. Oh, that is not from 2021, my friends. This is old. This comes all the way back. Yeah, release date 2000. There it is. It was on television. It only aired on television once, November 17th, 1978. So actually, the release date of this should have been 1978, which is very interesting because it's but only A New Hope had been released at that point. So the Faithful Wookiee, we can watch that. You see a little Boba Fett there. And then we can go back. We've got then the Ewok animated series. Now, there's 2 seasons of this that we can work our way through. And each one of these is, be somewhat short, but we can caravan of garbage. Look, Park, I think a lot of people today don't understand what we went through when we grew up in the 70s and our early 80s. I graduated high school in the 80s. So the 70s, I was, especially 77, 78, I was in what is now like middle school. I was like 7th grade. So or sixth grade. I was sixth grade in 78, right? Yeah. So 77, I was 10 years old. I got to see Star Wars, A New Hope. It was just Star Wars at the time. I got to see that in the theater. So we can work our way through both seasons here of Ewoks, the animated cartoon series. There are 13 episodes here in season 1. Season 2, we also have I imagine, 13 episodes, each right around that 24-minute. They should be all 24 minutes. So we can work our way through. It's that bad, huh? Yeah, they're not great. They're not great. But you guys, it'd be really helpful when people start, really getting down on a lot of the newer Star Wars stuff. You haven't lived through the old stuff, or they're at least seeing it through rose-colored glasses and a bit of nostalgia from the past. So let's go back. And we've got the animated series there. And then we've got this Clone Wars. This is the 2D micro series. These are the first movies that came out. And things things aren't like they are now. It was a lot different. Callisto, hello, hello. So we've got these 2 episodes of the micro series. There was only these 2, each right around an hour. We got 70 and 64. It's all Star Wars. It's all good. Martin, there is a lot of truth to what you just said. I enjoy all of it, even a lot of the bad stuff, the campy, the hokey lines, the really, kind of, it's more of a space fantasy than space science fiction, but I enjoy most of it. There's some of the prequel stuff that's really, really cringy for me. Oh, there you go, Martin. The animated sale is now in Discord vintage section. Oh, thanks for posting that. Thanks so much. So we've got these 2 episodes, each right around an hour, 64, 64 minutes. We'll watch both of those. And then lastly, we've got Ewoks, The Battle for Endor. And I don't think we'll watch this left or right. We'll probably watch it chronologically. And then this movie is, again, right in that hour and a half range. Yeah, an hour 36. And let's see if they put in here in the details. This is 1985. What's the extras we got here? Oh, we've got a little 1-minute clip. I'd be tempted to play it, but I don't. I just risk. There's too much risk. Oh, when Santa saw the Star Wars, I was 70. No, that's not true, Mike Porter. You were probably in high school. I was 10 years old, and Mike Porter was just a couple of years ahead of me. You might have been a freshman in high school. Maybe he's still in 8th grade. I'm not sure. You're really, really close. Cringe is why we watch the prequels. That's a good point there, Jamie. There's a lot of cringe. So we've got all this content to work our way through the month of April, because we all know come May 4th, Star Wars Day, we get the Clone Wars Bad Batch season. In that first episode that's coming out, that's right around 70 minutes from what we understand. There's our Discord link again. So look, this is all extremely exciting. And then there's another thing that came out last night, and I watched it. And this is, I think, would be fine to play it today. So let me remove this, and we can open. Let me get in here into our Discord and find the link. I think Mark posted it last night, and there's a new. Oh, where did you put it, Mark? There's a new, it's almost a advertisement for a feature that the season 2 of the Mandalorian, the stagecraft. I thought maybe we would watch that together. Oh, it's in the Mando. Okay, there you go. So we've got it in the Mando here. Let me open this in YouTube. And I think would be fine to play this one because it is it's a commercial. So let me pause it. Let me bring it over here, and we'll make this full screen. This is pretty impressive. It's only 7 minutes long, and it's got a really, really nice. Let's move this into theater mode. Actually, I can go full screen with this. And then let me make sure we've got the volume turned all the way up. there are some improvements they made in season 2. And what we can see is, at least in the first season, they were using other technology. They used some game engine graphics and put things together for the stagecraft. This season, they seem to have built their own stuff to kind of pull things together, and they talk about how that come along and what they've got going on. So let's play this and talk about it as we go. I don't know if you all have already seen this. It's the virtual production of The Mandalorian season 2. The virtual production is the key, what they call the stagecraft. And they actually have a new name that they introduce here. You'll see it as they go. So let's make sure I've got everything cranked up as loud as I can so you all can hear.
And background action.
The tech is amazing because it allows you to do things that even if you were on location, you couldn't control to that degree.
Action.
I was immediately struck by just the quality of light. As opposed to a stage with blue screens or green screens, you're immediately in that environment.
Because the second season, they built a bigger volume, it allowed the show to feel all the more epic.
Okay, so there's the first thing is the volume is bigger for season 2 than it was season 1. And if you just watch The Mandalorian season 1, season 2, you can tell that the special effects are all that much better. And really, there's a good reason for it, and they get into it here.
I like when visual effects fool you in a way that you don't even know you were fooled.
Jon Favreau brought his vision for a new way of filmmaking, providing filmmakers with flexibility
Thanks,
to
Martin.
innovate, create, collaborate, and get final pixel content in real time in a soundstage.
For season 2, there was a number of areas we wanted to improve. By the second season, ILM developed some.
So here, this is interesting because you can see what the production name was, right? So it says Huckleberry season 2. It's all on the ceiling here. It's all around the stagecraft. Huckleberry season 2. Mark, exactly. We all hope that Deborah Chow knocks Kenobi out of the park. Exactly. And, they'll be using this. So let's keep going.
Software that was specific to this technology and to what the hardware was capable of.
Visual effects is becoming real time.
We're always developing stagecraft to get better and more powerful and more flexible.
Today, I'm particularly excited to be rolling out Stagecraft 2.0. Stagecraft really is an end-to-end solution.
And almost every feature that's in there now came about because of a specific filmmaker request.
Unparalleled rendering power and incredible resolution, both on the walls and on the ceiling.
We've essentially built a platform that we can continue to build upon, from scouting to virtual cameras, motion capture performance, and finally LED volume content. So whether it's the color pipeline or the CG rendering or the software or the hardware, because we are bringing that whole package together with all that experience, we've been able to solve those problems quickly and get to shooting.
It also has forced us into having a more efficient workflow that draws pre-production, post-production, and production all into one continuous pipeline.
So there you go. I think this was another key part. When I heard it, I thought, oh, so this is why they're able to get these done in much tighter windows. Like they're supposed to go into Obi-Wan right now, and they haven't announced yet. And I know that we've talked about this with the Magic Maker. They haven't announced yet that The Mandalorian has been postponed or delayed. It's because they're doing pre-production, production, and post-production simultaneously, because a lot of this is being done, real time. The graphic rendering is being done real time. They're not like taking green screens or blue screens and overlaying the background. It's actually already part of the film. So they have much less work to do, and then it compresses all that together. And that's what Favreau is talking about here, is that this has all been streamlined into 3 processes into one streamlined process.
When you write and you shoot and you direct, you get so inspired by being on an actual location. That's where you come up with most of your shots. What's wonderful about this system is everyone's on the same page.
we now have the capability to grab hold of any tree in a forest, of which there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, and move them around independently to reset dress on the day based upon what we were seeing through the camera.
Even though the set has not been built, it's built virtually, but we're physically there, and it feels like you're really walking through the space.
It inspires the actors, inspires the filmmaker to now see what they're shooting. You know, it's like painting with the lights on finally.
Everybody knows what something looks like, how the sequence is going to be put together, where the camera should go. It's all worked out in advance.
For me to be flying around virtually all the different locations, real and virtual, sets that we're going to build and non-sets that we're just going to be on the volume with John, who's in LA and I'm in Austin, and we're going and checking it out together. It's like when we get to shoot.
See, I'm using the VR headset. And that's part of the pre-production part, right? So as they're building these sets, they're able to draw it out, render it, look at it in 3D with the headsets on, and get them so that they know when it goes into the volume, it's going to cast in that space, right? That's fantastic.
Shooting, you're not even shooting. It feels like you're reshooting.
You can really, on the day, focus on performance and getting those shots in a really efficient way. As a director, that's what you dream about.
In the past, we would have computer models, or we would have miniatures, or sometimes we'd have photography on set. We can now take all of those things and throw them in together. We can go LiDAR something, we can go on location and fly a drone over some mountains and throw all of that stuff in the mix.
In addition to providing higher quality, using stagecraft can save your production money and time.
Now, every now and then you can hear when this is a sales pitch, right? So this is Lucasfilm putting together a sales pitch telling other companies, hey, you should come rent our space. We're going to save you money and time. That's what this is. It's obviously a voiceover from somebody who's pitching a product to somebody, and it cracked me up when I was hearing it, because you got this interlacing with ILM people and Jon Favreau, and you got your directors Deborah Chow and all those right there, but then you get this voiceover and it happens a couple times.
Because otherwise you would have to execute all of this work in a post-production period.
And there are certain shots where you have live action in the foreground, you have a miniature shoot that was texture mapped onto the geometry of a digital environment in the wall. And then the deep background are stop motion figures that are moving around. So you have all of these different layers of techniques that all come together to hopefully feel like one combined environment, and all of it in real time.
It's mind blowing. You'll be on a set, and if you just want to change the background, or you want to turn around on an actor, you're not physically moving the cameras, you're actually just moving the background. And all the lights change.
Doing the French reverse, where you hit a button and the world rotates 180 degrees, it just speeds up the whole shooting process.
With the iPad, we can bring it up, we can soften it, we can make it stronger, we can move it over there in like seconds. The other great thing is that that's all saved. If we want to come back to it, we can bring it up again in seconds, exactly the way it was.
Yeah, so there they can bookmark, right? They can bookmark, say, okay, pin this one, and we'll come back to it. And if they need to revisit, like do a reshoot or anything like that, they can just pull it straight back up. They've got the exact same lighting, got the exact same, stagecraft in place, so that they can come back months later, weeks later, and be able to do another reshoot or add a piece in the exact position it was before. So you think about that in post-production, we've got to stitch these things together. You got to get the lighting to match and everything else. This makes things much cleaner, right? You're in a controlled environment. It raises some thoughts in my head about weather conditions, right? So I imagine they already do. They don't really cover it in here. I imagine they already have weather conditions they can impose, right? Big fans, rain, snow, whatever the case might be, so that the actors are acting in that environment inside the stagecraft, all controlled.
You're not 100% about a background and you think you might want to add something later, you just float a blue or green.
So there you go. They are still doing some stuff in green screen. You see here, but he said you float it. So you've got the perfect green screen. You don't have to worry about like shadows and shades and stuff like that. They can really lock it in at a perfect tone.
Green screen behind them, and now they've got a perfect key, and yet you're getting on the interactive lighting. It's so much faster, so much more accurate. And I mean, it really is inspiring, because there it is. What you see is what you're getting.
All of these things make the volume an even more powerful tool because it can give you very accurate looks at your story the whole way up until the day where you're actually rolling on your actor gear.
Stagecraft is incredibly efficient. We're seeing crews cover 30 or 50% more pages per day.
There's another point, 30 to 50% more pages per day. If you think about that, that's going to be about, if it's 50 pages per day more. Now, I don't know what the average per day number of pages are. If you're doing 50 and it's another 50, that's twice as much. If you're doing 100 and it's another 50, you got, half again as much. So here they're talking about the cost savings, right? Again, this whole video seems to be a pitch about to other companies. Hey, come use our stagecraft, use our volume. We've got this amped up to yet another level. And they're going to talk about that a little bit more here too.
Which is an incredible improvement for the production process.
We're currently using Unreal for the design phase in the VAD and for previs.
So Unreal is the product they're using for the design stuff. Yeah, exactly, Mark. This has got to be huge. Okay. Wookie talks. Lost the internet for a minute. Still patchy. All right. Well, hopefully this helps catch up. Appreciate it, Wookie. And yeah, it's absolutely a cost savings. Huge cost savings.
We use Houdini, 3D Studio Max, Maya, and any best-in-class visual effects tool to create photoreal virtual environments for the volume.
Because we designed Helios from the ground.
Okay, there's the first time you hear it. Helios. Helios is the name of the product they're selling. Right? They build it from the ground up. That's including the volume, all the technology they're using, stagecraft, all of the software they use, everything. Now they're selling this as a package called Helios. I thought it was interesting. You pick that up, and then they say it a few more times. You'll hear it. Yeah, you're exactly right, Jamie. And you think about how Jon Favreau, the timing there was just so perfect. Right? This is a thing that Favreau, through his experience with The Lion King and with Jungle Book, had dreamt of. He kind of imagined it in his head, and then he went to Kathleen Kennedy and said, hey, here's what I would love to do. And she greenlit it, gave him the budget to do it, and they built this. And how did that work out, right? That to Kathleen Kennedy, all these people who say Kathleen Kennedy's job is on the line or whatever, she greenlit this. She's going to take credit for this, right? This is a victory lap for Kathleen Kennedy. She greenlit it. She put the budget there for it. And it was absolutely, Favreau gets all the credit for the invention. But, as the executive who approved that, that's a win in her column. So this is absolutely a savior for these companies. It's something that, and with the success of The Mandalorian, again, Favreau gets the credit for that with Favreau and Filoni. It's the #1 streaming show on the internet. That's a big deal. So yeah, absolutely. It's a big win. Again, listen for that name. You'll hear Helios.
And for film production, it can handle the most complex scenes and the best color fidelity. It's really the most powerful tool set that we've ever created for filmmaking.
The real power of the stagecraft team is the ability to respond on the fly to whatever fantastic demands our creative clients need.
It's less so about what stagecraft could do now. It's more about how we could push it moving forward.
In our company, you do or you don't. There is no try.
We don't have the luxury of waiting 2 quarters, 3 quarters for a piece of software. Instead, we have to be ready in weeks, sometimes days.
You have the best people in the business doing visual effects on this show and also running this technology, which is relatively new.
You can't rest on your laurels. You have to push forward and find new ways to innovate.
And the pace of innovation is at a breakneck speed. And we're not slowing down our investment in.
So here you go. And here's a shot across the bow to everybody else who may be trying to get in, right? We've already got Stagecraft 2.0. We've got this product called Helios now. And by the way, we're ahead of you, and we've still got the foot on the accelerator, and we're pushing forward as fast as we were to get here. I would expect that we're going to get Stagecraft 3.0 very soon. and they're saying, good luck catching up with us, right? Good luck with that, because we've already invented a lot of this. That Helios product is, you can guarantee, is trademarked and patented, so that people can't just use the same tech, right? They're going to have to buy it.
In this space.
ILM is really about what have we never done before.
There you go. There you go. I thought this was a fantastic sales video. I feel comfortable sharing it here because I know it's trademarked, but this is a marketing material. And so I'm absolutely sure that that's happening. Mark, let's go ahead and go back here. Yeah, I can see them doing a dome screen at some point, right? So it's not that flat, and they're having to kind of make up for it, right? Not just multiple flat screens patched together. That's exactly right, Mark. I think what it'll end up being is a dome. If you've ever been down to Disney World, they've got this, and it's been there for a decade anyway, where you go in and you're on a flat floor, and they're projecting all the way around you, and they're like flying through canyons and stuff, and it feels like the ground is moving on you. They've got whole grab bars there so you can hold on, make sure you don't fall over. Oh my goodness, this is I think a big expansion of that, and it's what we're seeing come to play. So let's go back to our discussion. I kind of left prematurely on our watch parties. So we'll come into our Discord, and we'll do these watch parties. I need to know when you guys would like to do it. I'm thinking like our noon streams through the week, maybe doing them during that time. Maybe just setting aside one day a week, and you know that on this day of the week we'll be doing watch, and we'll work our way through. We've got so much content here, we wouldn't make through all of it in by May 4th if we do just one a week. So I'm thinking maybe multiple days, and covering some of this, bit by bit as we go. So let me know. We can continue the discussion further in Discord if you like, but I wanted to raise it up and talk about doing this vintage collection of shows and watch parties in Discord. Look forward to that. I think it'll be a lot of fun for our community. It'll be a lot of fun for folks that haven't been able to see it. Yeah, that's right, Wookie. It's in Epcot. That's exactly right. It's in Epcot, and it's been there at least a decade, right? If you've been down there, you've experienced it. And there's our Discord again. Yeah, Wookie. It's definitely an Epcot. I'm thinking when you go in, you've got that world, and you hang on a left. You go under the bridge, and it's over in that area. I can't remember the name of that building over there, but it's in there, right? Yeah. Santa's been there a couple of times, but the wait time for that is really long. But it's a nice place if you're tired. You're ready for a break. You can kind of sit down in the shade inside and wait for that to play. It's a decent place to hang out. So if you haven't already, come join our Discord. We'll get this locked down. We'll schedule it. I'm talking with a magic maker now. Hopefully get him on board, and we'll do these watch parties together as a community. And then, as a community, we're always working to find ways to grow and to make things fit together. And we're part of we met each other primarily through the Den of Nerds, but I mentioned the other day, some of you have come here from Star Wars Explained or Star Wars Only, or even from Hello Greedo, Star Wars Santa. I participate in all those communities, and also with Thor Skywalker. Some of you we met through Thor Skywalker a couple of years ago, and we've come along together. And here we are as part of that community. It's a great community. At the end of the day, we love Star Wars. We love talking about Star Wars. We love, engaging with other people about Star Wars. And while we may have our complaints, we don't just focus on that and build all our content around what we hate. right? Oh, I hate to quote the sequel trilogy on you guys, but it is about fighting for what you love, right? And I think that's where a lot of the fighting comes from, is a place of love, but it comes across as all hate, and we're not about that here. There's too much energy spent disliking things, and I prefer to put out a little positive energy. And so working with some other channels, working with some other content creators, and on a way to collaborate together. And so we'll be announcing something along those lines once we iron it all out. Don't want to give away too much, but hey, we are absolutely working on something to get in. Gray, I hope I can join a watch party, but my time difference. I know, Gray, out there in Colorado, gotta get that time worked out. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. See if we can come up with a good time for that. So, folks, that's what I wanted to talk about today. Watch today. Again, if you got here late, we've got some new figures. We've got Grief Karga. We're going to be opening this and doing a review of Grief Karga Vintage Collection. We've got another vintage collection, The Child, from season 1 in the Pram. This is different. I've got another one here. Let me go ahead and show. Right, I've got Din Djarin with The Child right here. Right, there's Din Djarin with The Child. So I've got that, but I don't have The Child in the Pram, and so we're going to add The Child in the Pram to our Mandalorian vintage collection with his Beskar spear. Custom item made just for Santa, shipped in our package we opened just a little bit ago. And then we have a couple of special reviews to do. One of them is quite a big deal. We've got Cara Dune. We'll be opening this, and I know that's a big sin, because you can't always get these figures here are already hard to get, and the price on them is already increasing. But we're going to open it. We're going to add this to our collection. We'll be talking about the vintage collection, Cara Dune, and then we've got one more figure. It's a big Black Series figure we'll be going through, and this is Rey from The Force Awakens. You got her in her desert outfit here, and with her speeder bike. So here's the speeder. We'll be opening this today. We'll be setting it up and doing a full review of it as well. So thank you all for being here. It's been fun to hang out with you. And I hope you have a fantastic day, a great weekend. And I can't wait to talk to you further in Discord about all things Star Wars. So until we talk again, my friends, Merry Christmas. Have a great day. Bye-bye.